Sales without selling. How to win trust with a free preview? How to sell without selling part 4. A customer came to a website. He watched the video, read the offer, and also looked at the testimonials, but before clicking on the buy button, his hand stopped. There was fear in his mind. What if the product doesn't work? What if the service doesn't turn out to be as described? What if both money and time get wasted? This is where curiosity begins. When the customer is hesitant, even after having the story, proof, and promise, how can they be made a buyer without pressure? In part 3, we learned that sales resistance is not a customer's hostile behavior but rather a self-protection system. They are protecting themselves from a wrong decision. In part 2, there was the persuasion formula: problem, promise, proof, offer, and action reason. But in part 4 comes the most natural way to make them feel all of this. In Terry Dean's How to Sell Without Selling, a free preview works exactly like this bridge. It gives the customer a small experience of value before buying. A free preview does not mean giving the entire service for free. It means showing the customer enough so that they get real confidence in your capability. Many people don't get convinced just by hearing about a product. But when they take a small sample, demo, or experience of the product, doubt begins to decrease. This is the reason why a free preview doesn't feel like selling. It doesn't push the customer. It gives them a chance to see, test, and understand for themselves. In part 1, we learn to attract attention with a strategic story. In part 3, that same story builds trust. But a free preview turns trust into an experience. Because many times, the customer does not trust your words but rather their own experience. They think, I have seen it myself, so making a decision feels safe. Take a simple example of an ice cream shop. The shopkeeper gives you a small sample of a flavor. That sample does not satisfy your craving, but it certainly tells you whether the taste is good or not. If the flavor is liked, the customer naturally moves toward buying a bigger cup or tub. This is the very principle of a free preview. Give a taste, not the whole meal. Give clarity, not the whole journey. Give the first step, not the complete solution. If the preview is so small that the customer doesn't understand anything at all, it will fail. If the preview is so big that the need for the paid product ends entirely, the business will become weak. Therefore, a good free preview demands balance. It must have value, and it must also have a natural incompleteness. The customer should see a reason to move forward. If you sell a course, you can give a free lesson. But give such a lesson that gives real learning and at the same time also shows the need for the deeper system ahead. If you're a consultant, you can give a free checklist. The checklist should help the customer identify their problem, but your guidance should feel useful for execution. If you are an accountant, you can explain the general mistakes of tax planning. But specific filing, compliance, and document-level advice should remain part of the paid service. If you are a lawyer, giving detailed legal advice for every case for free will not be practical. But the basic process, necessary documents, and first step can be explained. This very approach builds the client's trust. They feel that the expert in front of them is not just asking for money by hiding knowledge, but is rather helping them make an informed decision. In professional services, a preview often comes in the form of education. A webinar, a short guide, a mini audit, a consultation outline, or a sample report can work wonders. But clarity is necessary in education too. Leaving the customer confused is not a preview. It should explain the first layer of the problem and naturally show the need for the next step. The hidden power of a free preview is that it activates the customer's imagination. They start thinking, if the small part is so helpful, what will the whole system be like? In online business, a free preview becomes even more important. On the internet, the customer cannot touch you, cannot take the product in hand, and many times does not know the brand personally. Therefore, formats like a demo, video, sample, trial, screenshots, walkthrough, free template, case breakdown, and live session can be helpful to build online trust. Video plays a special role in this. A video doesn't just show features, it also shows energy, tone, confidence, and process. A written description on a product page gives information to the customer. But a demonstration video shows the customer what the product can do in the real world. Blendtec's Will It Blend campaign is considered a famous example of this very idea. The company did not sell the blender's power in boring technical language. They showed unusual things being blended in the videos. Golf balls, electronics, and many strange objects caught the audience's curiosity. No one wants to blend a golf ball at home. But the video gave a clear message. If the blender can handle such a tough object, then kitchen ingredients will blend easily. According to BYU magazine, the Will It Blend video started in October 2006 and got millions of views in the first week. Later, the campaign showed a huge impact on retail sales growth. This was the entertainment version of a free preview. The customer did not get the actual blender for free, but they got an unforgettable demonstration of the blender's power. This is the lesson of modern marketing. A demonstration can be informative and entertaining too. Don't just tell, show what your product can do. But every product is not dramatic like BlendTech. The impact of some products doesn't even show directly on camera. Then the marketer has to adopt a different method. The example of Blue Blocker sunglasses explains this very point. Their official history shows that the campaign was focused on explaining the blue light and UV blocking benefits. Proving such benefits directly on camera was not easy. Therefore, people's reactions and experiences were made central in direct response marketing. When a person wears the sunglasses and says that things are looking clearer, the viewer imagines the effect of the product through that human reaction. Blue Blocker sold more than 20 million pairs worldwide through TV, QVC and retail channels. This shows that a demonstration does not always have to be a product shot, it can be an experience shot too. Many times, your free preview is not the actual product, but a glimpse of the result. The customer sees what other people are feeling by using it. In today's YouTube and Instagram era, this is even more relevant. Reaction videos, before-after clips, screen recordings and customer walkthroughs can do the work of a preview. But keep in mind, the preview must be honest. If a result is possible only in a rare case, showing it as a normal outcome can break trust. In selling without selling, the purpose of a preview is not to create hype. The purpose is to reduce uncertainty and guide the customer toward a safe decision. If you are selling coaching, do not give just motivation in a free live session. Give the audience a small exercise so that they get instant clarity. If you are selling a digital marketing service, do not just count flaws in a free audit. Tell them one practical improvement so that the client can understand your thinking. If you give financial education, do not just talk about general things in the sample video. Explain one common mistake with a simple example so that the viewer relates to it themselves. If you are running a food business, a tasting, a hygiene demonstration, or a short video of the kitchen process can increase the customer's trust. If you sell a handmade product, show the making process. The customer should feel that there is hard work, skill, and care in the product, not just a photo. There is another benefit of a free preview. It also filters out the wrong customers. The people who do not match your style, process, or value get separated beforehand. This is good for business. Every lead is not a customer. The right preview helps you bring the right clients and reduces wrong fit expectations. Many entrepreneurs are afraid of a free preview. They feel that people will take the free content and leave, and will never buy. Some people will do that too. But a serious customer looks at the preview as a trust-building step. They judge your knowledge and intention from the free content. If your paid offer is strong, a free preview does not make it weak. Rather, the preview helps the customer understand the value of the paid offer. The problem happens when the paid product does not have more depth than the preview. Then the customer thinks that the free one was enough. Therefore, before designing a free preview, make the paid offer strong. The preview opens the door, but there must be real value inside. A preview should always be connected with a clear next step. The customer must know what to do if they want help ahead. This next step can be a call booking, can be a product trial, can be a paid course, can be a consultation, or can be a full service package. But the CTA should be respectful. Language like buy now or suffer a loss can increase resistance. If you want to take the next step, start from here sounds more natural. A free preview does not work just for a new customer, it works for an existing customer too. A sample experience can be given before a new feature, a new service, or a premium plan. Software companies give a free trial. Streaming platforms show trailers. Education platforms give free classes. Beauty brands give samples. The principle is the same: experience first, decision later. But every free trial is not successful. If the onboarding is confusing, the customer doesn't understand the value even after taking the trial. Therefore, the preview must be simple and guided. The customer should not have to think about what to do now. There should be a small journey map inside the preview so that they can complete the experience easily. The best version of a free preview gives the customer a small win. It says, yes, I understood something. Yes, my problem became a little clear. Yes, this felt useful. This small win plays a big role in buyer psychology. The customer starts imagining future success with you. In part 3, we said don't argue, build trust. Part 4 says don't leave trust just in words, turn it into a small experience. When the customer hears your story, they understand you. When they see your proof, they believe. When they experience the preview, they become ready to move forward. This is the practical form of selling without selling. You do not force the customer, you give them enough clarity that they say themselves, I want this. In the next part, the story will be even more interesting. Because even after a free preview, the question remains, how to turn a visitor into a long-term client and a passive income system.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.